Sean, we start off talking about the injury situation. Latest on Marco Mann?
He's fine. Look, he looked nasty, didn't it? And he let a bit of a yelp out on the field. But we took the right precautions. We were very lucky to have someone like Ollie on the bench who could make a quick call. But he should be fine. Yeah, he should train this week.
And Mitch Eady, is he again back into contention?
Yeah, hindsight again, that was a good call. You know, to I say rest him, but we took the sort of informed gamble not to risk Mitch, and he's fine. He's available for selection.
Yeah, so it's a pretty much fully fit squad bar the longer term injuries.
Barry and Evans and James Hall, yeah, we're fit and ready to go.
Yeah, which at this time of the season, of course, a massive boost, isn't it, coming into the most important 2 games of the season?
Yeah, it is, and it's testament to our performance staff, our medical staff, the work that they've done with the squad throughout the year. We're much stronger and fitter than we were this time last year. Our injury rates are down and our recovery rates are much faster, so the graph's going in the right way, and for a coaching team that's brilliant to have this time of year going into the 2 most important games, so we're delighted.
Yeah, and it's as we speak 7 days before the big game, first leg against Worcester. What will the next 7 days entail for the players?
Probably a bit of anticipation, excitement, trepidation, goosebumps and butterflies, all the above. Probably can't come quick enough for the players. Our job is perhaps to keep their feet on the ground, do their due diligence, their homework, get themselves physically and mentally ready, so that we time it right, they don't get overexcited this early in the week, that they do their homework, which they've been pretty good at all year, to be fair. And then that we get our selection right and our performance right, and we must recognise that we're playing at home first, and we've won the toss and batted for a reason, so we have to go out for it. We've talked about not leaving anything to chance if we can, and I'm sure Worcester will be doing the same. Yeah,
you say it can't come soon enough for the players. What about from the coach's point of view? Can't come fast enough for you guys?
Could it come September the 1st, as far as I'm concerned? You make your best plans for this 2 weeks, don't you? Back in the summer, without taking anything for granted, we felt confident in the squad that we had, in the coaching team that we had, and thankfully with some slight bumps along the way, we've made it. It's where we wanted to be. Now it's about embracing it and going out there and trying to achieve what our goal is. And we're not going to underestimate our opposition. They're a Premiership team coming down. So in that respect, probably with the experience that they've had and the recent history, they're probably slight favourites. But we'll just go out there and do our best.
Yeah. Without dwelling on it too much about the past, what's different this season?
Different team, different approach. As I said, physical and mental preparation and medical is good. The surface that we're going to play on, the support has just grown, and the momentum has been huge. Expectations still the same, which is good, because we've put ourselves out there and we have to embrace that, like I said. But I think this time last year we perhaps lost some key players. We lost Mark Sorensen, Ross Rennie and Ryan Jones after the first leg of the semi-final, and they were 3 of our most experienced players. Therefore our leadership was lacking a touch going into that first and second game. This year we've consolidated that and added to the squad in terms of experience and leadership, and there's been crucial times in the year where that's shown, particularly off the field. I think that's a major difference, and I think just the tightness of the squad, the camaraderie that they've got at the moment. They've been a pleasure to work with, irrespective of what happens over the next 2 weeks. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, and it's fitting, as it would be in any season, isn't it? The best 2 teams in the division contest the final.
Yeah, it should be, shouldn't it? It's very, very difficult. The legislation at the start of the year, but we finished 42 league points ahead of Rotherham, beat them in the first leg, and then we still had to go out and perform in Sheffield. It's very difficult. People don't understand that. You underestimate what it takes psychologically to go and do that, because Rotherham are a really good side, and all the elements were against us, and don't underestimate what we've achieved in coming through that test. So we're just delighted to be there, and we can now just, as I said, go out there and give it our all for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you beat Worcester twice this season. How much an advantage is that going to be going into the final?
I genuinely don't believe it counts for anything. It's just a new 2-tie situation. Those games don't count for anything now, do they? Because the league is done. It's all about 2 games. who we both pick, who we've got fit, who turns up on the day, who prepares tactically the best, and who executes technically the best. So they're very well matched teams, and you know, as we know from finals, thrills and spills will happen throughout the course of the 2 legs, so it should be exciting. Yeah,
probably an obvious question, but is any lead a good lead going in to take into the second leg?
Yeah, too right. Yeah, 1 point lead is a good lead, isn't it? So I'm sure Dean would say the same thing. So, but you also recognise it's half time. I think in these games as well, you know, starts in both games are really, really important, but also ends, you know, of the first leg. You know, we were pretty good in the first leg against Rotherham. In a finish, that's been really important that we finish games strongly. So we know we can go there in the second leg. So hopefully it won't come to that, but I'm sure it will.
Yeah. And can Ashton Gate make a difference this season?
Oh, without doubt, it already has. I mean, the men was a memorable experience for me last year. I'd heard so much about it, but I've been overwhelmed by how quickly the support has shifted to Ashton Gate, and we expect to sell out early in the week. So you're talking, I don't know, 12,500 people at Ashton Gate at that surface. Majority Bristol fans, they're pretty vocal, they back their players through thick and thin. That's what I've learned in my short time, and that's going to count for a lot. And it'll count for a lot in the second leg, because we know we get good travelling support, as we did in Sheffield on the weekend. It was sensational.
Yeah, good luck, Sean.
Thank you.